welcome to Buzzing Along, my little van life channel. Today I've got a question for you. Zoos, wildlife parks, safari parks. What do you think of them? Are they a sanctuary for animals or just prisons for animals? Because today I'm off to Yorkshire Wildlife Park. First time I've ever been. First time I've ever been to a wildlife park. The last zoo I went to was 30 years ago when I took my daughter. I didn't like the experience. It just seemed that all the animals were caged in little enclosures, like little prisons. I've heard some good things about this wildlife park, with their breeding programs, saving endangered species. So we're going to go and have a look and see what it's like. If you enjoy my tour or what I talk about, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to help my little channel grow. If you're new to the channel, my name's Neil. I live full time in my camper van and I'm adventuring around the UK trying to find new experiences. So as I say, this is the first time at Yorkshire Wildlife Park, so it's a new experience. Let me know in the comments what you think about zoos, wildlife parks and safari parks. So let's set off and see how much this day is going to cost me. If you keep watching the video, you'll find at the end I put an extra segment in for your enjoyment. I'll catch up with you once I get to Yorkshire Wildlife Park, and then we'll take you in with me and have a look around. So let's go. Well, vampers, we've arrived at Yorkshire Wildlife Park. Not what I expected. Yeah, I'll spin you around and show you what I can see so far. I haven't found the actual entrance to the wildlife park yet. Well, it seems like there's a hotel here. This is not what I expected. That's the big hotel over there, the Hex Hotel. Like a shopping hub. Looks like they're building some new stuff here as well. I'll probably have a wander around these shops after I've been in the wildlife park. Get your hair cut here. Places to eat. The Evolution Experience Restaurant. Not quite sure what that's going to be. Some sort of little amphitheatre.
Yeah, lucky boy. I never go.
A quick look at the menu. There you go, £14, £16 for a burger. £4 for chips. A bit out of my price range. Some sort of play area for the kids. Yeah, I'll have a proper look around the shops later. Let's go and find the actual entrance. Ah, finally, the entrance. Let's go and pick up some tickets. Not quite sure how much it's going to be, but I hope it's worthwhile. Like I said earlier, I haven't been to a zoo or anything like this for a long time. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to like it. The last time I went to a zoo, as I said earlier, just like an animal prison. Well, that was a little bit more expensive than I expected. £25 if you buy a ticket on the day. I think it was £22 online. But we'll see what this place has to offer and if it's worth that. Well, I'm going to start off in the Atlantic forest. See what animals are down here. Well, apparently these are bush dogs. Well, they have to, I mean, they do seem to have quite a bit of a large compound. But it's still fenced in. Strange looking, look a little bit like corgis. Well, obviously sleep time. Again, a fairly decent compound size, but probably not given the size of the animal. A maned wolf. Well, this one I'm a bit disappointed with. I mean, wolves are roaming animals, aren't they? And this pen for the wolves doesn't look very big. Well, I think the wolf's a little bit camera shy. Californian sea lion. Definitely not in its normal environment. I can hear them. Let's see if I can see them. Well, I can see one. Well, the sea lions have got a fairly decent sized pool. I see two pools. I think it was so much better if they could access the whole of the water that I can see, rather than just these two pools. Another form of cage. So we'll head into the cheetah territory and see if we can see some big cats. It's like they've got two cheetahs separated by fencing. They both seem to be that doesn't look like normal behaviour to me. Frustrated to be locked away from its partner, maybe. Well, I'm taking pictures of the signs because quite often you can't see the animal. Well, this is what's supposed to be in this enclosure. Well, the Simeon Mountains have been recreated a little bit in this pen, but then we see that cages, maybe they're put in there at night, or they're free on free will, or maybe not.
That was best that time I did all them somersaults.
Yeah. Can't believe.
Well, this one's supposed to be hyenas. And they all look like they're hiding. But again, we seem to have cages for them. I'm not really liking these cages. Well, this is a nice touch. If you don't get to actually see the animals, they put some models of the animals out. Some are more realistic than others. Disney characters, I think, some of them. It's one of my favourite animals. Always, but such a strange looking animal. More reminiscent of a dinosaur to some extent. Well, this is the giraffe house. Well, this definitely looks like a prison. Well, at least you can get somewhere for a cup of tea or coffee. And sit and watch the giraffes. Well, here we got some camels, humpback camels. Slightly different to the Egyptian camel with one hump. They've got a fairly decent sized pen. But it's surrounded with an electric fence.
see what?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, it's coming down.
Just one solo rhino. Yeah, you'd think they'd at least have a pair of every animal if they want to increase the breeding programs. You need more than one. Well, I finally found the big cats. A couple of lionesses there with the cubs. The camera doesn't actually do justice to actually how big they are. You can understand how they can take down deer and bigger animals. Well, I think that's the cubs with the mother. Still trying to suckle, I think. And here's the proud father. It's not a very big enclosure though. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 grown and 2 cubs in a little area. Looks like the cubs coming to wake up Dad. I was sleeping, leave me alone. Well, here we have the meerkats. All on lookout. The painted dog. Looks a little bit like a hyena. All fenced in. And it looks like this little path. They're constantly walking on it. It's like patrolling patrolling their little area, I think. It isn't that big of an area. Constantly going backwards and forwards, trying to find a way out. Well, I think that is a warthog. Digging a hole back to Canada. I'm surprised there's quite a lot of birds in their enclosure. And they are carnivores. They are big beasts. Nearly as big as that rhino I saw earlier. Well, it's not fresh meat, is it? You haven't killed it yourself. I think the birds are a little, they keep a little bit a distance just in case. Not they're all going for food. He's not hungry. I don't care how fresh the meat is. It's not going to be as fresh as a fresh kill, which is what they would have been living on in the wild. Well, these are quite fast on their feet, bounding around. Oh, cotton top tamarin. Looks like there's some tiger cubs in the distance. Well, that's the tiger enclosure. Still not very big.
It's not fair, is it?
Well, it appears that Yorkshire Wildlife Park covers quite a big acreage of land. It's just a shame that the enclosures are not bigger. Well, I've nearly finished the tour of Yorkshire Wildlife Park. £22 for an adult, or 25 on the gate. Is it worth it? I think it'd be okay to bring the kids, the younger kids. Or maybe it'd be okay for the adults as well. I mean, you get to see some animals which you'll never see out in nature, where they should be. And you can spend a nice long day here. The site's big enough to take quite a few hours. And they have lots of different things on here as well. Different times of year. I think Christmas would be a great place to bring the kids, as long as the weather holds out. And there's an area which I haven't really looked at yet, with dinosaurs, which I'm sure will interest a lot of the kids. Or maybe the child within the adult. Well, I thought while I'm here, I might as well come and look at these dinosaurs, animals which are now extinct, and one of the most famous of all. I'm sure everybody can name that. They're nearly all finish with the name Aurus, don't they? Well, they've got a bit of anatomics going on, which will thrill some of the smaller children. And if I remember rightly, I think these might have been in that film with all the dinosaurs, which I just can't think of at the moment. Jurassic Park. I think they've recreated these dinosaurs as life-size models. based on fossils, I presume. That looks like a little pet compared to the other ones. Here's another shot of Rex. Don't get too close to this, it shoots out venom. Well, these were definitely in Jurassic Park. Velociraptors. Miniature T-Rex. Well, that was just a little quick tour around the little dinosaur area that got set up at Yorkshire Wildlife Park, just for your enjoyment. I'm sure the kids would love it. So in conclusion, I'm still unsure about zoos, wildlife parks and safari parks. But you make your own decision and let me know. So if you enjoyed my little visit and walk around Yorkshire Wildlife Park, give me a thumbs up. Love to hear your comments. And if you haven't subscribed, if you feel like it, why don't you subscribe? See what else I might get up to in these winter months. So until the next time, bye for now.